Most people think AI is a slot machine. You pull the lever and hope for the best. But the secret to 10x results isn't the model, it's the prompt. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're moving beyond guessing and mastering the professional frameworks of zero-shot, chain of thought, and JSON structuring. Let's turn you from a passive user into an AI director. All right, today we are jumping into something that's frankly a total game changer for anyone using AI. We're talking about how to give it better instructions so you can get exactly what you want every single time. Let's get into it. You've totally been there, right? You ask the AI for a quick summary and you get back a whole novel. Or you ask for a simple bulleted list and you get some kind of philosophical essay. It's super frustrating and it really feels like the AI just isn't getting it. But here's the big secret, the thing that changes everything. The quality of what you get out is a direct reflection of the quality of what you put in. So if we can just learn to ask better, we can unlock the real power of these AI models. And that, my friends, is where prompt engineering comes in. Now, don't let the name scare you, okay? This isn't about writing complicated code. It's really just the art of communication. It's about structuring your requests to guide the model's behavior without ever having to touch its internal wiring. You know, a great way to think about it is that you're talking to an assistant who's an absolute genius, but also incredibly literal. It's going to do exactly what you say, for better or for worse. And that means being clear and giving it some structure is everything. So, where do we start? Well, let's begin with the most fundamental technique out there, something called zero-shot prompting. This is probably what you're already doing, maybe without even knowing it how to name. You just give the model a direct command, a straight-up request with no examples to guide it. You're basically counting on all that massive knowledge it picked up during its training. And you know what? For a ton of things, this works perfectly. It's fantastic for simple, straightforward tasks, asking for the capital of France, translating a quick phrase, or just brainstorming some ideas. All of these are perfect for a simple, direct prompt. But the moment your task gets a little more complex, or maybe you need the answer in a really specific format, you'll start to see where just asking kind of falls short. The model might misunderstand what you really want, or it'll give you an answer that's formatted differently every single time. And that brings us to the next level of prompting. It's all built on a really simple idea. If you want a specific kind of answer, you've got to show the AI what you mean. This is called few-shot prompting. So instead of only telling the AI what to do, you actually give it a few examples, what researchers call exemplars, right inside your prompt. This shows the AI the exact pattern you want it to copy. And this slide just illustrates the difference perfectly. Look at the left. The zero-shot prompt gets this kind of vague, long-winded answer. But over on the right, just by giving it two little examples, positive and negative, the model instantly gets the pattern and correctly spits out mixed. That is a massive jump in precision. Okay, so examples are great for getting the format right, but what about tasks that need some serious reasoning or have multiple steps? Well, for that, we actually have to teach the AI how to think. This awesome technique is called chain of thought prompting. Instead of just asking for the final answer right away, you guide the model to show its reasoning, basically laying out its reasoning step by step. And the reason this works so well, it actually forces the model to slow down, to break the problem into smaller pieces, which dramatically cuts down on mistakes and improves its accuracy on those really tough tasks. And get this, it can be as simple as adding the magic phrase, "let's think step by step," to your prompt. Seriously, research has shown this little nudge can trigger a much more methodical, logical response from the model, even without any examples. The whole key here is to take a big, hairy problem and just break it down. You prompt the AI to tackle each little piece one at a time, in order. This step-by-step approach is way more reliable than asking the model to solve the whole thing in one giant leap. Okay, we can get the right format and we can get the right reasoning, but to make AI outputs truly useful, especially if you're building applications or automated workflows, there's one more thing we absolutely need: predictability. I mean, think about it. If you're building an application that depends on an AI's output, you can't have it changing its format every time you ask. You need the result to be structured and consistent so that another piece of software can reliably read it and use it. And this isn't just some random idea, it's a core principle in advanced prompting frameworks like COSTR. Just look here. Defining the response, which is the specific format you need, is shown to be just as important as giving it context or telling it the main objective. A really powerful way to do this is to straight up tell the model to respond in a machine-readable format, like JSON. This is where prompt engineering starts to feel a bit like programming, because you're literally defining the exact blueprint for the output you expect. So take this example for analyzing a customer support ticket. By giving the AI this JSON structure right in the prompt, you're not just asking for an analysis anymore. You are demanding a perfectly structured object as the answer. And now the output is something a program can instantly understand and act on, no guesswork needed. So, wow, we've covered a lot of ground, right? We've gone from simple questions all the way to complex reasoning and structured data. Let's pull all of this together into a simple, actionable workflow that you can start using right away. Here is your cheat sheet. Always start with the simplest approach. If a direct zero-shot prompt doesn't quite get you there, it's time to level up. Add a few examples to show it the format. If the task needs some heavy-duty thinking, guide it to think step by step. And finally, if you need that output for an app, lock it down with a strict structure like JSON. It's really just an iterative process of adding just enough guidance to get the job done right. By mastering this art of the ask, you're not just a passive user of AI anymore. You're basically its director. You're guiding it to produce more accurate, more useful, and more creative results than ever before. So really, the only question left is, what are you going to build with it? Prompt engineering isn't just talking to a computer. It's the new language of high-level leverage. Now that you have the cheat sheet, what's the first complex workflow you're going to automate? Drop your ideas in the comments. I'm reading them all. Hit that subscribe button to stay ahead of the curve, and I'll see you in the next one.